Hey everyone, CB here from CJB Studios, and today I'm going to be showing you the original version of my Beatles themed birthday card that I made for Lisette Garcia, as well as comparing it to the new version that I ended up posting on my channel, as well as sending to Lisette for her to download. That way she could have a copy of it for her to keep as a birthday gift. So, as I stated already, this is the original version of the birthday card here. And as a way to prove it to you guys, I'm going to go to the project's file information. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, so this is the file information right here. Let me zoom in so you can look at it. Okay. Okay, go down. So right here, as you can see, the date says that it was created on January 31st, 2023, and the last time it was opened was on February 7th, 2023. And the reason for that is because I was thinking of putting it on my channel, to prove to people, hey, this is what the card originally was going to look like. And, well, yeah, so that's why it has the date on there. The modification date, to be specific. Okay, let me zoom back out. Alright. So, yeah, let me cancel that here. And now I'm going to click the new version. This is the new version here, and of course I already showed this in 2 videos, one of which showing how I made it, and the other one showing, well, how I could make it look like the Blue Meanies drained all the color out of it. So let's go to that project files information, zoom in. And the date for this one says that it was created on February 3rd, 2023, and the last time it was opened was on March 24th, 2023. So, yeah, this version was created sometime after the first version because, well, I wasn't particularly happy with the first version. You'll see why in a minute when I get to the comparison. In fact, I'm going to get to the comparison right now. So, I'm going to go to Window, right here, click Arrange, and click Show to, let's see, is it horizontal? No, it's vertical, it's vertical. So now, here they are, side by side, and as you can see, now that they're both together, there is a massive difference in between the two. The first big difference is, well, are the Beatles themselves. In this version here, we have John surrounded by a green border, Paul surrounded by a blue one, George surrounded by an orange one, and Ringo surrounded by a purple/magenta one. So, the reason I went with that is because, well, those are the colors of their outfits, so I figured, well, that would be kind of interesting to put in. But, the problem with this is that the images are not consistent, with the exception that they're in black and white. But what makes them inconsistent to some extent is that John and Ringo have beards. Paul and George do not. And when my brother saw me making this, he was like, well, they don't seem to match, at a specific, time frame. And he did have a good point. So that was when I decided, you know what, this card's it doesn't look too good. I'll just rework it. I'll just make a new version of it and try to find images of the boys that, are somewhat consistent with each other. And, well, I do want to make it clear here, these 4 images of the Beatles I got from the Beatles wiki page. But the album covers on both versions were taken from the official Beatles website here. So, that's one difference, you know, about the boys themselves. Another difference is the Beatles logo here. In this version, I think it's a bit bigger. Or maybe or actually, now that I think about it, maybe this one might be a bit bigger than the one on this version. I'm not too sure. But aside from that, another big difference with the logos is that the logo in this version is actually placed fully on the top, and this version's placed inside the collage of the album covers here. Another big difference that you can see is actually the collage itself. In this version, we've got a row of 7 albums here, going from left to right, and then starting from this album all the way down there, we've got around 7 of them, and I think I accidentally just clicked something. Hold on a second. I think I might have accidentally clicked something. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, we've got 7 albums going from left to right, and we have 7 albums going from up to down, and it kind of repeats. So that's what it looks like on the first version. In the second version, this one, we have a row of 6 albums going from left to right, and we have a row of 9 albums going from up to down, and it repeats in a similar way as to how the first one kind of does it. Another big difference in between the two is the background. On the first version, the background is black, and on the second version, it is a blue gradient background. And it's also worth noting that the images of the Beatles in the second version are taken from the Beatles Bible website, as shown from the White Album. And given that they're all consistent, I was like, hey, I'll just go with that. So that's what I went with. And of course, there's the Sgt. Pepper's font on both versions. In this version, on the left, it says Peace and Love in a gradient color of the boys' Sgt. Pepper's color outfits. In this version, it just says, we're glad it's your birthday, and the text is written in white. The only similarity, well, is the Yellow Submarine text. But in this version, it just says happy birthday, and it's a bit bigger. In this version, it says happy birthday to you, and it's a little bit smaller. So, yeah, those are the similarities and differences between the first version of the Beatles card, birthday card, and the second version of the birthday card that I made for Lisette Garcia. So, yeah, those are both versions of the birthday card. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this question. Which version of this birthday card do you think is better? The first version on the left or the second version on the right? For me personally, I think the second version is way better than the first version is. It looks a lot more colorful, and it looks a lot more fabulous. And, well, honestly, it looks really amazing, and I'm honestly quite proud with how I made that version. The first version, I will admit, it's a pretty good start, but honestly, I think I'm honestly not too satisfied with this one. But again, it was a pretty good start, though. Although, again, in my opinion, I think the second version is honestly way better. So, yeah. So there you have it. The original version of my birthday card being compared to the new version that I made for Lisette Garcia. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did like it, please put a like on it. Subscribe, comment, ring the bell, all that stuff. And Lisette Garcia, if you're watching this, please let me know what you think of this video, and please tell me which version of the birthday card you think is the best. Like, which one would you prefer? And, well, yeah, that's really all I can say. Thank you all so much for watching. This is CB from CJB Studios signing off. Peace and love, and good night.